Okay. Hello, whoever's here. Get into the chat. Be recognized. Say hello. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon, or wherever you're at. Okay. What I'm doing today is dissecting some exercises. We have gone in the past with the vamping patterns with the accents referencing off of stick control. That's what we're going to be doing today, but we're going to expand on that. Do we have any questions on the past exercises or lessons that we've had? If so, please put them in the chat. In the meantime, as soon as somebody says something, I'll stop and we'll take it from there. What I'm going to do right now is just do a nice little eighth note exercise with accenting on the downbeat and the upbeat with the right hand. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. A little stiff there. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Need some questions, gentlemen. Hello, Dan. How are you? Mike? Okay. How are you, Dan? Is there a problem with the chat? What I want to do today, a couple of weeks back, I've given an exercise referencing off the stick control book where we're doing a vamp constantly and we are referencing off the stick control book. We're taking the lines and eliminating the lefts, okay? And for example, line 1, if I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and my right hand is falling on the 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to use that as the reference. So I'm playing this on the bottom and I'm going to play accents on top of this. Where am I going to place the accents? Well, only the rights from the line. The line is 1, 2, 3, 4 is the accent. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Taylor. How are you, sir? Now, what I'm doing there, so I'm just taking a vamp. I'm relaxing. 1 and 2. And I want to put an accent on the 1, 2, 3, 4 because I'm referencing from the stick control book all the rights. The rights fall 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same process. How you doing, Mike? We do the same process on line 2 on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and. The vamp is going on and going on. It's a good exercise to develop accents and understand the functions of the levels and how they fall. Line 3, we're going to accent 1 and 3 and. Here you go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on and so forth. Okay, how you doing, Mike? So now, we're going to take that, and that was one exercise. And the next exercise to follow that is going to be 16th notes, like this. To the pulse, let's put that on 120. Just 16ths, 1 E and the 2. Just 16ths, single strokes. Now we're going to move accents around. And we're going to use the reference as we did before. Line 1, all the rights fall on 1, 2, 3, 4. On line 2, all the rights fall on the ands. On line 3, all the ands fall on 1 and 3 and. So I'm going to play this on the bottom. Now I'm going to do line 1. I'm going to accent the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go to line 2, 3, 4. Now, there's an interpretation here, and it has a few different things happening. You can take each one separately, the vamp, and you're playing line 1, where the accent's falling on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a good exercise. Down, up, the levels. Or control strokes, down, up, down, up, down. Now, you have to be careful with this because a lot of guys, they pound. And when they pound, they grab the stick and they hold it tight. And what happens is the shock of the vibration of the stick is going to go up your arm. And it's going to cause some problems up the road. Those problems being tendonitis and carpal tunnel. When I hit, it's loose, but I hit hard. It's the distance that makes it sound. See that? So now, what I just did was 1 E and 2, 3, 4, 1. Now if I eliminate the E and the dot, that's what I have. That's the exercise we did last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's all from the wrist. And I'm exaggerating. We understand that. So I'm taking this and I'm playing the accents on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Nice and relaxed. Then I'm going to make it 16ths. The same motion is going to exist. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There you go. 1. Do you understand where I'm getting that from, gentlemen? Mr. Taylor, you're new here. Do you understand the concept of the levels? It's fine to get into the chat and say yes or no, and if you don't understand the concept of the control strokes, I'll go into it real quick. Mr. Taylor. Mike, you understand it? Understand the exercise? I know you do. 1, 2, that. Okay, how about you, Mr. Taylor? I need some words from you. And I know Dan understands it. How about you, Taylor? Are you there? You know the sticking heights? The downstroke, the tap, the upstroke? Okay. I'm waiting on Taylor. He's still here, I believe. I hope. Taylor, just get into the chat, sir. All you need to do is say, you understand the level system or the control strokes? Yes or no? Y for yes, N for no. Now, you know, Dan, and you know, Mike, Taylor's new. And I just like to have Taylor understand that the afternoon lessons are on one surface. The evening lessons, which I've opened up my site until 217. Yeah, there's a Taylor in there. He's not responding. I've opened my live lessons, my live online lessons site free up until 2017. So the way I like to schedule this, during the day, one surface. In the evening, what we did on one surface, we take over to the drum set and do a drum set application. Now, the lesson actually that I wanted to do, and I wanted to dissect it, okay, is, oh, you probably, long leak there. All right. What I like to do is take 16th note single strokes, one E and from one height, and show you the benefit of this exercise. Okay, so we're going to have this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, no accent. 3. Now I'm going to put the accent on the count of 1 because I'm referencing off the stick control book. There you go. Hey, I'm just a little bit off this morning. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. There's the exercise we did last week. And I put the 16ths. Do we understand the association between the two exercises? I'm dissecting it. This here is one exercise. Understanding the levels. Developing the accent, and then put it into single strokes. That, you'll see, is the same motion. So what you're practicing here that's a natural approach, Mike. I exaggerate. See, people misunderstand what I do. And I have to very, very often kind of explain. When I sit and play, I don't sit there like a robot. What I do, now I guess you can call this a field drumming or drum corps style. And I used to be in a drum corps, and I don't really take what my hand technique and put it to a drum set. It's very, it sounds like a march when I'm playing. I don't like to do that. What I'm doing is just a natural approach. Remember I said that this is the full stroke position. That's a free stroke, the downstroke, the tap, and the upstroke. And it's a very natural way to play. If I'm taking 2 strokes like this, 1 E and 2, and coming down from the same spot, and I want to accent, I put them in a formation of 4, 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and I want to accent 1, 2, 3, 4. Something's going to happen. My stick has to get in position. That's what happened. And you had this, I showed you this one last week. Now we're expanding on it. You should be able to do the whole stick control book with accents, referencing off it. Let me play it down for you a little bit, and then we'll break it up. Maybe 5 or 6 lines, I guess. I'm going to play 16ths. And I'm going to reference off the stick control book. All the rights are the accents. This is the bottom. So I look at the first line. The right hand falls on 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So I'm going to accent 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 2, the right hand moves over to the and. So I'm going to accent the ands. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now all my sound is consistent. The distance of my sticks are equal. The heights come up to execute the accent. That's what makes it sound clean. I go to line 3, I have 2 rights in a row, 1 and then 3 and. So I'm playing this, I'm going to accent the counts of 1 and 3 and. I'm counting 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and. And what I gave last time was just the right hand accent, the vamp, or the left hand accent with the vamp. What is this? I don't whip anything. What I'm doing here, I want to, I don't know, let me put it up at 130 maybe. Or, I don't know, let me just try this. I'm going to play 16s. I'm going to play down a couple lines. All my strokes are equal sounding. Line 1. 2. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. This computer driving me crazy. What I'm trying to do is play something and dissect it for you. Well, if our hands, it's just, you're forced. If you're playing up tempo, you have no choice but to look like that. Okay? But what I'm doing is taking it way down to reinforce what's natural. What's natural when I do the accent on 1, 2, 3, 4, this is what's occurring. 1, E, and So if you're playing this, you have no choice. You want to make that speed. That's inside there. There's no choice. It ain't going to happen if that motion's not there. I put it on the and. 3, 4. 3, 4. Line 3, 1 and 3 and. It's not a whip. We need to get the terms correct. The whip is like this. That's supposedly a molar kind of concept. I don't really even know what molar is. All I know is this is the laws of physics. For every action, there's an opposite reaction. I throw the stick down, I keep it down. There's a distance. When I make impact on the drum, that distance is great, and it's going to give me a greater sound. If I hit from this point, it's a lighter sound. I want to get that same sound again, I come up and come down. That's line 1. That's what's occurring with the right hand when I'm playing this. This is control. Once you obtain control, you're reinforcing what's natural, and you will develop speed. That's my speed stroke, is the upstroke. I'm in position to attack. Upstroke is the speed stroke. Now I do a drum set application. Okay, well that's fine. If it's working. I mean, I'm about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. That's the sound I want. If I want to get here, I'm going to have to come up higher, like so. But if when I play faster, I don't have time to come all the way up like this. You know? So it's the same. It's the same concept. It's a natural way. But my point is this. If you dissect it, okay, and analyze it, what's occurring, and hang out there for a little bit, you're just reinforcing what's natural. I mean, it's just natural to play that. I have to come up to get that sound. If I'm playing in the 16th singles, that's inside there. That's what I'm doing. Line 3, for example. All right, line 3, you have 1 and 3 and is what we're going to use for the accent. Okay, so we have this 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the is control. Now from that point, I'll just reinforce it. I mean, I can sit there and play this for quite some time. But that's what was happening with the right hand. 1 and 2. If you remember the exercise, you should have the sheets. See that? And that's what's happening when I accent 2 strokes. Well, that's where you're making a mistake, Mike. I mean, if it works for you, that's fine. Okay, what I'm doing. All right, let me go into this with another direction. It's not a pull-up. It's an upstroke. I'm not pulling the stick. By pulling, I got to hold on tight. Let me give you an example. If I'm making a video of this, no problem. Now I play the video back, and on the player, I have a metronome that I could take that video that you're looking at real-time speed and bring it all the way down, real slow. This is what you would see. My right stick is up in position to attack the accent before I complete the movement. That's where the speed comes in. Whether you agree or not, hey, what you do works for you, that's fine. But I'm showing you what is occurring. It's 1, E, and now I completed 3/4 of it. That's what I do. Well, the rebound is this. I'm floating with that. I'm not pulling nothing up except the upstroke and stopping the downstroke. That's what's going on inside there. There's no rebound here. I think we're on a couple different pages here, Mike. What you need to do, Mike, if you have Skype, make Skype contact with me. We'll talk about this in private, so I want to keep going on right now with I want to do the lesson, if that's okay with you. All right? It's not a rebound. Here's the rebound. If I go like this is the rebound. I'm playing a basketball. There's a rebound here. I'm stopping the stick and I'm bringing it up. There is no rebound there. All right, here's my Skype contact is this. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. That's my Skype contact, okay? When you get a chance, just make contact. We'll talk a little bit about it. And I'll explain. See, perhaps we're talking about the same thing, but the terminologies that you're using and I'm using don't match. But that's okay. If it works, that's beautiful. But what I'm trying to show you is what is occurring inside of that. But notice that there is no rebound with that upstroke. I'm doing the work. And I come up before the last stroke is done. And that's the speed stroke because I'm in position to attack the accent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I go down like this. There's no rebound. I got to lift it up. I'm not pulling it up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's do line 5. That's the paradiddle. Sticking. So I'm going to use 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So this is underlining 1. My hands are always in position. I'm lifting up, right. 1, E, N. There's no rebound there. Or if there is the rebound, I'm bringing it up from the tap. I guess if you want to do it, call it that. All right, so now you have the one exercise, the vamp, line 1. This is the one I gave you last week. You're taking all the rights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Then you're making 16s. The same concept. You're eliminating the lefts and playing the rights. Half exercise. Do we understand that? I don't know what you're saying, bring up the stick. That's bringing it up right there, Mike. I'm in position now to attack the accent. As if I'm doing the quad, or I guess that's what you call it, the grid rather, 16th notes. And 3, 4. Now for me to hit the 1, 2, 3, 4 as accents, I have to lift the stick to get in position. 1 E and 2 E and it's coming up. I'm lifting. It is part of the tap. I'm taking it off the 1 E and 2. Exactly. All right, we'll see. All right, so now, would you like me to go over any particular line in stick control book with the accents, gentlemen? Well, tap up, down is a triplet, Dan. If I want like this, tap up, down, I'm playing a triplet, 1 and 2. And I'm playing the of the triplet as an accent. So it would be down, up, down. It would be tap, up, down, 1 and 1 and Jamie, get a bonga. 1. What do you got? Tap, up, down. Okay. Tap, up, down, 1 and I'm accenting the Before the accent is occurring, there has to be an upstroke in there. And it's coming from the wrist. If I want power, it's coming down like that. Okay? So if I'm doing 16s, it's 1 E and So they're all taps there. 1 E and Now if I want to put the accent on the 1 E and So that would be down, tap, tap, up. Now I'm in position to attack the second accent on 2. 2 E and Don't misunderstand me. I mean, it takes a long time to get accustomed to this, but if you do it every day, it should become second nature. That's right. That's good, Dan. Down, tap, tap, up. So I'm playing 1 E and 2. You know, I watch these videos on YouTube here, people demonstrating a paradiddle. Right, left, right, left, left. Now, in my case, with that, I refer to that as an alternating paradiddle. I started with the right, then the left. So what I do here, like I said before, I take it in slow motion. This is what occurs. Down, up, tap, tap. But look, man, my upstroke has been up there ready to attack. That is the speed stroke. But I'm making no, with the motion that I'm doing, down, up, tap, tap, whatever motion I'm making, I'm not distorting any kind of sound. All right, we're not going to get into that, Mike. We'll talk about that in private, okay? It's like I said, if I'm playing a alternating paradiddle, well, here's a good example. We're going to do this lesson tomorrow, as a matter of fact. We're going to reference off the page, R equals a right-hand paradiddle, L equals a left-hand paradiddle. This is a hell of a journey into levels. So, if I did a right-hand paradiddle, right, left, right, 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 left, right, right, and I want to accent the downbeat, I'm playing in 16th notes. 1 E end to 2 E end to 3 E end to 4 E end to, and I slow it down. 1 E and da. Now when I play that, I'm not thinking that. I'm explaining it and giving an instructional video here. 1 E and 2. That is the only thing that should occur. Okay? When you're playing right-hand paradiddle. Now that's a hard lesson. Same thing with the left. Left, left. I'm doing down, tap, tap, up. I'm always putting myself in position to attack the up-and-coming stroke. What that does, that's my speed stroke. Okay? You know, a lot of things are very confusing. Like I know a lot of great drummers, but the language sort of gets all mixed up in the mix here, confused in the mix. You know, I had a guy come in here, instead of calling it a downstroke, an upstroke rather, he calls it a throw up. I mean, that's disgusting. I mean, throw up. You know, it's a downstroke, it's a tap, it's an upstroke, or a free stroke. If you play with anything else, or you come up with anything else, please let me know. I would appreciate it. And I'll do some research on it. But it's the laws of physics. You see, here's my stick. There's a whole spectrum from this point to this point. If I want to exaggerate, I can come back here. That's an arm stroke. I don't play with arm strokes. That's going to choke the drum. Because you only could play, what is this? That's what it should be, except if it's 2 accents in a row, Mike. Example, if I'm playing this here, the vamp, and I have right, like 1 and 3 and is accented, I'd have 1 and 2 and. Now I'm ready for 3 and, because that's what I'm training it to do. Watch. Let's take this. You guys are getting a little confused. Dan, next week we're going to take all that confusion away. Trust me. By the way, Dan is coming to one of my camps. I believe it's next Friday. It's the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of November. 3-day camp. What I'm doing here, if I'm playing 8th notes, and I have 2 accents in a row, I'm going to play 1 and 3 and as an accent. I'm establishing a consistent sound. So that's my sound without an accent. Now I want to accent 1. Now don't come down, then lift, and. Okay, it's 1. It's a full stroke, or a free stroke rather. 1 and. Do we understand that? Hey Mike, do you understand that? You know, there's all these guys in here watching this. I have PDFs on this. If you want to email me, and I'll send them to you. They're not actually ready yet. Hey Mike, do you have a video? I mean, a camera that you can make videos with? And on a drum pad, you can show me how you do the paradiddle, Mike. Hello? What was that? No, that should be an up in there, Mike. That's Dan. All right, here. If I'm playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I want to accent 1 and 3 and. The first stroke is going to be a free stroke. So you put an F. Okay, the next stroke is going to be a downstroke. Next stroke is going to be a tap, and then the upstroke to get in position to do it all over again. Okay, so we have 1 and 2 and. That's correct technique. I mean, you can play 2 accents and 2 strokes any way you want, but if you want to, you know, pick up the speed. Well, Mike, I don't know what you're talking about. We're different. You can't be different. You're playing the way I'm explaining it, but you don't understand what I'm explaining. For you to play this and get accents there, you have to lift the stick. Unless you're squeezing the stick. I don't know what you're doing, Mike. I really don't. So just send me a video. All right. What we're doing tomorrow, we're going to review some more of this, the accents. But what I want to do tomorrow is take the stick control book and paradiddles. Example, you have 2 right-hand paradiddles, then 2 left-hand paradiddles. That's the exercise that's going to straighten you out, Mike. I mean, there's no tension at all. And you're squeezing, you're going to hurt yourself. You don't squeeze anything. You need to have the stick vibrate. When you make the stick vibrate, it gets the sound. If you're holding the stick tight with tension, all right, you're squeezing it, you're preventing the stick from sounding. You create tension, you're not going to play fast for a long period of time. And you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to get carpal tunnel. You're going to get tendonitis. And whoever, I went to a guy, you know, this bothers me, and you know, it shouldn't, because, you know, it's like I went to a guy like this. He's telling me, and he's actually, this gentleman, I'm not going to mention his name, but I will mention where he taught. The Adler Building in New York City, the Henry Adler Building. He was on the staff, and he would teach a squeeze method. And you know, and so do the drum corps. They teach a squeezing method, and they want you to develop a muscle here. And that comes from squeezing or pinching. I don't squeeze, I don't pinch. I let the stick vibrate. Listen to this. I'm going to hit a downstroke. My hand is completely relaxed. I have a grip tight enough so I can control the stick, but relaxed enough so I don't create any tension. Now all I did, and I said this in front of the lesson, I stopped the stick. A lot of guys, and I don't want to really do it, but they come down and they hold on tight to the stick because they're afraid the stick's going to go way out there. It's not going to go out there. My hand just prevented the stick from going up, right there. So they figure they got to hold on tight and then come up. When you distort the sound, you got a problem. You have a problem. Here's a free stroke, okay, or a full stroke rather, free stroke. and here's a downstroke without me creating any tension. Okay, the sound went outward. The vibration of the drum, the stick, could produce the sound. Now you're going to hear a sound, but it's going to be a deadened sound when I have the stick tense. You hear the difference? How do I stop the stick? Okay. I can get a bing, get a bang. Hold on. Here's what's going on. I control the drumstick. The drumstick does not control me. That's why it's called stick control. How do I stop the stick? My hand is what stops the stick. My hand is faster than the stick. If I throw the stick down like this, my hand has to be coming back faster than the rebound of the stick to stop it. Now, when I come down as a downstroke and want to stay down so I can get a tap, I just throw it down and I stop it. My hands are not coming back to follow it because there's nothing to follow. Because I'm saying stay down. And that's what I do. I don't hold on tight. I just stop it. And I tap, release, tap, upstroke, same thing. Bring it up. I want a free stroke, downstroke, tap, up. I stop the stick from going up. I don't grab the stick tight. I mean, my grip is established, so the stick's not moving all over the place. The downstroke is this. I stop it. I'm stopping that stick. I am not grabbing it. I'm not squeezing it. I'm not choking it. I'm stopping it. That's the whole process. I stopped it. I didn't grab it tight. There's no tension in my arm whatsoever. If there's tension in your arm, well, then I don't know what you're actually asking me, Mike. Your downstroke and upstroke have to be the same. Get in position. You're playing eighth notes. You have to come up, not after or after the fact. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. That's the speed stroke. Okay, listen, I'm gonna have to go. It's been a little time here. If you guys want to come back this evening, whoever's watching, I'm gonna try to put my website here. Okay. You're better off emailing me. Email me and I'll give you this address. The lessons are going to be free until 2017. Tonight's on Monday, 8:30 is the lesson. Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. And 1 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on One Surface on YouTube. So try to make it tonight, guys. And we'll do a drum set application of what I tried to teach you gentlemen today. Any questions on anything? I have a lesson coming at 2 o'clock. And I'm going to shut it down. No questions. Have a good day, gentlemen. Well, this has got a big hesitation in it. I'm supposed to be offline. Hello.